Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Astro AWANI's Reboot Now 2022. And I'm very, very happy that you are joining me. My name is Derek Ong from the Sunway University Business School. And today I would like to share with you what are my views and thoughts about 21st century branding, especially against the triple bottom line sustainability, and especially for those of you out there who are SMEs. I hope that you will find that this sharing and this topic will be of much relevance to you, as it is to me researching it for the past 2.5 years as we've gone through a very weird time in our society and in our world today. So I don't know how many of you are actually joining me right now, but for those of you who are joining me, I would like to have a very interactive session with you guys. There are a couple of questions that I will be posting, and do use the live feed. On the comment section so that you can talk to me, or if you can talk to me personally, that would be great. So without further ado, I just want to share with you what are the things that I have seen and what I believe would be the next game changer in terms of businesses and especially for SMEs today. So the first thing I'd like to know from everyone here, of course, we know that COVID-19, the pandemic has really changed everything for us. Our lives have been turned upside down. We have probably lost loved ones over the past 2.5 years because of COVID. And if it's not because of COVID, it could be because of many other things as well, many other factors as well. And I just want to share with all of you that I empathize because I too have lost some people in my life. And I too have lost some things during the whole time. In fact, with every loss, there are also opportunities and there are also gains. But then again, it is just the process of changes that we go through, and it is just the process of how we continue to grow from where we are as a nation, as a person, and even as a society today. Yeah. So first of all, if I may ask each and every one of you to just do a very quick poll for me, which I'm going to publish right now. What do you think are the biggest downturn post COVID 19? Yep. I've given you four very, very different kind of answers, and you are actually allowed to choose multiple answers if you want to. So I don't know whether you can see. Okay, right there it is. The answers are coming in. Thank you very, very much. And a lot of you are saying that the economy is going to be taking a downturn. Yeah, that's true. What about society? What about environment? One of you said, yeah, everything's going to be taking a downturn, which is not entirely false as well. Yeah, that's also true. Yes, I see more answers coming in. Keep the answers coming in. Keep the answers interacting with me. Talk to me, telling me about it. And I can see a lot of you are very concerned about the economy because I can see the economy really, really going upward trend there, and so on and so forth. Some of you have said society, some of you have said environment, so that's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to close the poll right now. It's very interesting that a lot of you said the economy, and you are not wrong. Okay, in fact, if you had said any other answer, whether it was the society, whether it was the what do you call this, the economy, or even the planet, the environment, you are actually not wrong. So I think the best answer would be, well, everything, and one of the reasons is because we are connected. Everything is connected. This is the very core of what I believe is the triple bottom line sustainability. And I want to share with you what my thoughts are. In fact, this is something that I wrote in the Age newspaper not too long ago about what I think is a theory of what's going on in our world today. So we are living in a very instant world. Now, when I say instant world, everything is instant. The noodles that we eat is instant. The schedules that we have is packed with activities, with so many things to do in our day. For those of you who are parents, our children consume our lives, but also we have our own lives. We have our jobs, 9 to 5. We work, so it's everything that consumes us. We might also have to take care of our elderly parents as well, but at the same time, we also want to consume. We want to consume, we want to consume. And not only do we want to consume, but we want to consume it fast, and we want to consume it yesterday, right? If that's putting it a little bit more what's that word, unrealistic. Yeah, everything we want to do, we want it by yesterday. So this culture of overconsumption, and let's be real here, right? Even I myself, I have been guilty of sometimes buying too many things that I don't need, in fact, and sometimes the overconsumption overwhelms me in a while. I can tell you this for a fact because I just moved from one place to another place, and trust me, when you are moving, you have to get rid of a lot of clutter. And I just found out that, my goodness, actually there are a lot of things that I have actually bought and I didn't use. So this society of overconsumption has created um an imbalance in our ecosystem, if I may say so. And that's why you see, because of our overconsumption trigger, that allows companies and big conglomerates to overproduce. Okay, now when they overproduce and when they overmanufacture, so where do you think all these resources are taken from to feed our overconsumption habit? Okay, I know I'm giving you guys a very bleak no picture right now, but I'm just trying to keep it real. Okay, so this overconsumption is feeding into the over mass production, and the over mass production is, of course, pulling away from our natural resources of our what do you call this, our environment. Okay, so I have this theory. Now, this theory is that why COVID-19 is happening right now. And this theory was actually triggered because of the last COP26 conference that they had in Glasgow. I think it was last year. So my theory is that, you see, the world is getting hotter because our temperatures are rising. And of course, we do know that the polar ice caps are melting. Okay, as you can see, there are penguins here. So, which means that this is not the North Pole, this is the South Pole. So, for the South Pole to melt, now that is something we need to be worried about. Okay, because we have less countries in the southern hemisphere, and for the southern hemisphere poles to melt their ice caps, so we need to start worrying about things. And my theory is that there has been these microbes that has been trapped in the ice for many centuries, many millennia of years and years of just being trapped in the ice for a reason. Now, because of the unsustainability of development and unsustainability of our world growing today, which has caused the temperatures to rise in an alarming rate, in fact. Therefore, it could have, and I'm just theorizing here, it could have released these trapped microbes into the air. Now, these trapped microbes, like I said, they were put on ice, as it were, for a reason. Because now that they have been prematurely, or if I may say, uh, uh, unrealistically released into our atmosphere today. Hence, therefore, could it be that this was one of the reasons why these bacteria and these micro, biological insustainability happen? and therefore could have caused COVID-19. Now, I don't know. I am just speculating. Yeah, thank you for that thumbs up. I am just saying that it could have been one of it. And COVID-19 is could be one of our doing. Yeah, because of our overconsumption. So for those of you who answered that everything is going to change, everything has been taken a downfall, it's true, because what we do in our own personal life is going to have an effect not just on the economy, but it's going to have an effect on the society. I mean, you look at society right now when COVID-19 effect happened, and for those of you who are in Malaysia, you would have seen the floods that happened in Malaysia. Now, the floods could have been avoided, but because whenever there is a I would say some sort of a disaster happen, just like COVID-19 or even the floods, for example, you can see the breakdown or the cracks in our society, which predominantly you could not have seen it because it could have been masked, but these cracks then become more evident. Now, I know I'm giving you a very big macro story about everything, and I thought we were talking about marketing and branding. I will get to that in a while, right? But I just want you guys to know and understand the big picture of where I'm going with this. All right. Obviously, we are not going to go back to normal. All right. There is nothing normal about post COVID-19. Okay. Temperature taking is now the norm. Mask wearing is now the norm. Traveling is very taxing these days, and for those of you who have been traveling, you would understand that it is no joke. Okay, doing the quarantine and also doing the PCR test. All right, it is no joke. So at the end of it, it's all about understanding the shared economy. And when I say the shared economy here, I'm not just talking about every single sector of society sharing the economy that we need to build together, but I'm also talking about the shared economy amongst not just the businesses and the people, but also with our planet, our home. Okay. So if we can understand this concept, then we can also build a thriving planetary health. And when there is a good sharing economy and then there's a good thriving planetary health, then there will be a prosperous society. And this is what I mean by the triple bottom line. Right at the center of the planetary environment, the prosperous nature of people, as well as the profiteering of economy, is the true meaning of sustainability. Now, today, as a marketing educator, I would like to share with you one of my thoughts about what marketing and branding needs to change in the face of post COVID-19. And I hope you guys will find this an interesting insight. So actually, I have actually eight things I wanted to share with you guys about the post-COVID-19 world. But I thought, looking at time and everything, I don't want to take too much of your time. I thought I would just share very six important things which I see is the movement forward when it comes to post-COVID-19. Okay, so as you see here, I said, get ready for the next techno disruptors because COVID-19 has pushed up the agenda. What has happened is that post-COVID, COVID-19, this agenda has always been there. It was always coming, right? It's just that because of COVID-19, the momentum of this agenda sped up. And that's why we want to see six things that are happening. And I want to introduce you what these six things are. The first off I want to talk to you about is personality and uniqueness. Okay, people. Now, I don't know whether you know these three people. You have Nikola Tesla, you have Albert Einstein, and of course, the incomparable Steve Jobs. Now, why am I showing you these people? I'm showing you these people because these people is what I call polymaths. Okay. Now, what are polymaths? Polymaths are basically people who are very good at different types of things, different fields of study. Okay. Take, for example, like Elon Musk, for example. My God, that guy is a genius. Okay. Not only does he know how to do business, he's going on to this space race, with Virgin Atlantic and also Jeff Bezos and all that. But he's also trying to mention how people have this innate ability to become more than just one thing. Okay. I'm going to be very shameless and show to you this is me as a polymath. Okay. I am an educator. I'm a fitness instructor. I am also a thespian, and I'm also a troublemaker. So you can see four different, very, very different facets of me in this regard. But then again, I will not discount the fact that every one of us here, every single human being, right? Every single Malaysian, every single human being, you guys have the potential to be a polymath. All right. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we have so many different interests. We have so many different needs. We have so many different wants. Do we, as a business, let's say, or as an SME, are we only looking at one person and targeting only that one aspect of that person? Or are we creating products and services that meet the entirety of that people? So that's why I say we have to understand and we have to accept that people today are not afraid to show very different aspects of themselves all at one go. And if you're going to accept people, if you're going to try to meet people's demands and needs, you've got to see the bigger picture of the person and not just that single one thing that you're singling out. Okay. So hence, therefore, how do we create that connection? This is where we come into digital branding, right? You've got to capture the attention of your customers, believe in a context. What is the context that you're trying to sell? And of course, be very clear about that context. If your context is about sustainability, then what are you showing to people that you believe in sustainability? And I'm going to show you an example in a few moments. Every single message that you send out there in your digital brand must be congruent and consistent in your messaging so that people have that credibility and people believe in what you say. Now, do not just put yourself out there as a digital brand or a brand person, but ask yourself, how can you create a relationship with people? And that's where I talk about continuance, which means that you go to a lot of all these websites, yeah, and you see that they only show you their products and services on their website, but how many of these websites actually try to get you to interact with them? And that's what I mean by continuance. You've got to not only capture the attention, you've not only got to get the message clear and consistent, but you've also have to find a way to get them to interact with you. All right. I will touch a little bit more on why this is important. Okay. So now we talk about the product. We understand there is massive amount of people, massive amount of big personalities out there. So what is the product that we want to create? What kind of sustainable products can we sell? Obviously, with COVID-19, people are so in their head about touching things here and there. Does that mean that we cannot sell any more physical things? No, we can still. But does that also mean that it has pushed us to rethink about what are the things that we can sell? All right. Are there products and services out there that we can sell which are non-tangible? That means we don't have to touch it, we don't have to feel it, we don't have to smell it. And that is where we got to think about digital products, okay? Content, music, art, fitness industry, and so on and so forth. Okay, I see a lot of questions coming in. Maybe I'll take a time now to just answer those questions before I forget later on, right? So Amir has just asked me, is it agreeable to say that business owners are leaning towards e-commerce rather than running an established due to the new norm? Well, Amir, I would say yes. However, there is one section that I will touch on later on that will cover your that will give you an answer on what I believe is the way forward. So thank you for that question, Amir. And then Poon just said, do you think it's true that that it is very challenging for a youth to survive in today's environment if it's not a slashy? Oh wow, okay, that's a good one. Given the fact that it is almost a new norm. Um, well, let me just put it this way. One thing that's constant is change. Yeah, Poon. So if you allow the world and the environment to overwhelm you with its change, then you yourself will never learn to change. I don't know whether I'm answering your question or not. Okay. Because you can never expect the environment to always remain the same. I mean, look at 2.5 years. Okay. Everything has changed for all of us. So you can have two options: sit back, mope about it, or do something about it. Right? For me, as a lecturer, I have never once in a million years for the past 20 years of my career even ever thought about teaching online. And in 2020, I found myself not only teaching online, but teaching others to teach online. I hope that answers your question, Poon. Yeah. It's all about embracing that change. Okay. So coming back to my product, you got to ask yourself when you do create a product or a service, what are you offering? Be very clear about what you're offering. And why should people pick you out from multitudes of other options that there is out there? And the important thing, coming back to continuance, if you remember about digital branding, what do you want me to do? Don't just show me the product. Tell me, do you want me to buy the product? Are you giving me a free sample? Do you want me to interact with you? Be there for the customers that you're trying to reach out to. Okay? That's important. So I want to show you something that I feel Lego has done really, really well. I don't know whether I'm sharing the audio. I hope I'm sharing the audio. Please let me know if you can't hear the audio. Then I will stop sharing and then I'll share again. I forgot whether I was sharing the audio. But just have a look at this less than a minute video.
Can Lego bricks be grown from the earth? Well, that's our plan. We've started small by making Lego plants and many other elements from plant-based material. They're all made from sugarcane that can be grown again and again in a sustainable cycle and used in Lego models like this treehouse. With 185 leaves and plants, it's the Lego set with the most sustainably sourced elements to date. Which is kind of big, but it's just the first small step on our mission to make all Lego bricks from sustainable materials, bricks that are made to last and be played with again and again and again, letting the creativity of builders all around the world flourish for generations to come. We've taken the first small steps on a big journey.
Oops. Yeah. So I hope you guys heard that. Now, I feel that Lego is only one example. There are many, many other examples, of course, but due to the amount of time, of course, we can't be looking at everything. Individually and also as a business, ask yourself, what is that one small step are you taking? Lego has shown you that this is the small step that they're taking. Ask yourself, what is that one small step you're taking? It could be as simple as, let me try and think about how my business can reduce plastic. Or it could be as simple as, let me try and think about how my business can reduce paper usage. Or let me try and think about how my business can hire more diverse people, maybe people with disabilities, for example. Because you have to understand that every small thing you do adds on to that thriving of shared economy and prosperous society and planetary health. Okay. The third thing I wanted to mention to you, and this goes back to what Amir was just mentioning about business owners leaning towards e-commerce, right? My answer to you is you have to be diverse. That means think about being everything for everyone as much as possibly that you can. And this is why there is this idea called the O2O. For those of you who've never heard of O2O, it basically stands for offline to online and online to offline. Now, the example that I can give this to you is that uh, the company that I work for, of course, Sunway. Sunway, if you have not visited them before, of course, during the pandemic, they faced a lot of challenges with their tenants, having forced to close down because they couldn't afford the rent and everything. But Sunway made the effort to try and help their tenants by creating this first ever online store for Sunway Pyramid. So it's kind of like an online Sunway Pyramid, but you don't have to be there physically. But it allows customers to think about or rethink about the business model. If I want more footfall, I can basically get people to go to the online store and find a way to get people to come into the mall. Or if people are already in the mall, how do I get people to also interact with me online? Now, you see, by doing this, not only am I getting my customers to have the option of going online or offline, which is what we do now a lot in what we call the hybrid mode, but we are also increasing the amount of time the interaction happens between customer and also business. Now, when you do that, you think about it, more interaction, more opportunities to create more sales, right? And of course, I will give you my 5-step version of why I believe that this is a truly innovative and also refreshing way of doing things. Because remember, we talked about personality, we talked about customers being humans, and humans, they are communicative beings. They want to communicate, right? So create as much opportunity for the humans to communicate with each other. Okay, so when you create a brand, when you create a product, right? And when you have a physical place, or whether it's an online or physical place, how do you make that presence felt by your consumers? Make it feel that you are there with them. Not just saying that, okay, this is KFC, this is McDonald's, come to KFC and McDonald's. No. That is why a lot of people are now asking you to download their apps. Why? Because when you download their apps and when your push notification is on, that push notification that comes to your phone keeps reminding you of their presence. You see that now? You see the psychology that goes behind it. So use all these tools and all these examples to think about how you can constantly remind your would-be customers of their presence, of your presence, sorry. Yeah. So that when you have that constant reminder, people will feel that, wow, you're not only here to sell me something, but you're also concerned about my well-being. You're also concerned about what I go through, right? That is why you notice that when it comes to applications or apps, it's always about not just oh, this is the sale that we have, this is the sale that we have, this is the sale that we have. No, if you notice a lot of push notifications today, it's all about, we know that Malaysia has gone through the floods and we want everybody to have a quick reminder to stay safe. Or we know that this is your birthday, we want to wish you a happy birthday, and so on and so forth. And the idea behind it is not to be annoying, but to be more human in the communication, so that people feel not only the brand aspect of it, but also the humanistic presence of that particular brand. So to order to do this in the digital landscape, you have to think about cutting the 3 points of your user interface and understand how to use them effectively. So for the purpose of time, I'm just going to run through the 3 very important things which I feel that is going to make your digital marketing landscape more appealing to people. The first, of course, is your content strategy. Remember when I talked to you about the personal branding, the digital branding? What is the content that you're putting out there that makes people believe that you are one in a million, that you are unique, that you believe in what you say, that you are consistent in all your message? And it must be that message needs to be shown not only in the website but also in the postings, the videos, the images, and also the colors that you use, right? Everything is comes together. Everything rolls up together. The second thing is functionality. Functionality, of course, looks at the dynamism of that digital platform that you use. Now, when I say functionality here is how do you make it easy for people to interact with you? And when I say interact here, I'm not just talking about communication, speaking. I'm also talking about if a person wants to do something, a person's asking you about a certain product or a certain service, what do you do? Do you use a bot? Or do you have somebody 24/7 ready to answer questions from a human point of view? I mean, if you're capable of doing that, fine, well and good. But if you can't, then you got to think of another ingenious and innovative way of doing it. And also, if let's say, if you want people to buy something from you, you've got to make it easy for your consumers and customers to be able to make that purchase. Don't get them to go through so many different hoops of, oh, I need to put in my credit card here, and then I have to get it signed here. I have to make sure that this is. No, make it easy for them. One of the best examples that I can give you is AirAsia. AirAsia, of course, this was before the pandemic. I have not gone to an AirAsia website for a very long time now. But AirAsia, they not only sell the plane ticket, they actually sell a vacation. If you notice that, they sell the air ticket, the hotel stay, they sell the transport from the hotel to the airport, and basically they ask you if you want any other extra things to go along with it. So they have revitalized the whole idea of selling tourism online. That is an example of functionality to make it functional for people, to make it easy for people. The other thing is the platform. This is where you have to be at where the people are. All right. If people you know your target market is on Facebook, then put more effort into Facebook. If you know that they are more on TikTok, then you put more effort onto TikTok. Do your market research. Don't just throw caution to the wind just to say that, oh, because TikTok is very, very popular these days, and therefore I assume that all my consumers are all on TikTok. What if your consumers are more of the older generation? And of course, you know, the older generation, not all of us are on TikTok, isn't it? Although TikTok is now slowly gaining momentum, but you still want to keep a preserve this idea of je ne sais quoi, if I may call it, right, for the consumers that you're trying to target. Don't try to target everybody at one go, but try to target the people you know who will respond to your marketing messages. Now, as I mentioned just now, this is the 5 stages that you got to think about from a consumer point of view. Stop thinking from a business point of view now, but start thinking from a consumer point of view. The consumer sees something, they are attracted to it, and they feel that they are aware of what you are selling. Once they are aware, and if you get their attraction, then you suck them in with the appeal. All right. So if they are feeling appealed to what you're offering, it piques their curiosity. And that curiosity will result in them asking questions. And the more questions that they ask, the more they interact with you, you lock them in, get them committed so that they will act by buying your product or service. And not only that, if you give them a very good customer service, they will become your mouthpieces and advocate for your product and service. Okay, I think these slides will be given to you after this session, so I will not spend too much time and labor on it. But what I want to say is that customers go on a journey, so be on that journey with them through every single step of the way, right? Get their attention, get their appeal, make sure that they feel that there is more things that they can ask, right? Because the more that they ask, the more they will feel like, oh, you know what? I think I'm really starting to like this product or service because all my questions are being answered. And then finally, of course, get them to act. Because at the end of the day, for a business, it's all about the dollars and cents, right? So if they don't act, right, if their leads do not transform into sales, then you've got nothing. Okay. But beyond that, don't just stop there. Get them to continue. Remember the continuance? Get them to talk about it, share it on Facebook or share it on all the social media and advocate for your product or service. Okay. When you have that in place, when you think from the customer's point of view, then we'll go to the next P, where you will have to think about how do you reorganize the entire operation of your business from the user's point of view and not from the business point of view anymore. Because the customers are the one that will be giving you the good or bad reviews. Give them something that they feel is easy for them. That means a complete overhaul of the performance and the processes that is involved. You're not going to ask somebody, you're not going to just do a market research, put out a product out there, and then expect mass produce of the product to be sold and bought. What you need to do here is to think about, okay, is there a way I can prototype my product, get few people to tell me what do I need to tweak my product about before you even think about mass producing the product out there. Sometimes you don't even have to think about mass producing. Sometimes customization may be the way to go. Yes, no doubt customization may sound a little bit more expensive, but think about it. Would you rather have 1 million one-time customers, or would you rather have 100 continuous repeat customers? Think about it. It is the longevity that we're looking at and not the quantity that we're looking at, because the longevity will always make up for the quantity. Okay. And this is where I talk about content creation. I talk about creating the process or creating that messaging that is colorful, that is easy, and that is attractive to the eye. I use, I don't know whether you've seen Google Animals before, but I've used Google Animals in my class, and my students seems to like it quite a bit. This is, of course, 2019 when we still had classes face to face. But you can also use a lot of other ways of selling products online. Okay, there is this video, this interactive video, which I took when I was in Alibaba. I was asked to go to Alibaba, where this lady was actually selling things online live. And I'm sure you have seen a lot of live selling right now, especially during the pandemic. And she's just basically giving very simple information about the product that she's selling, but she is there live to help you with any frequently asked questions, direct questions from the customers. So that interaction there is so personal, that interaction there is so instant. As I mentioned to you just now, we live in a very instant world. I get the answers I want. You know, it appeals to my wanting to buy now state, and therefore I will buy. All right. So these are the things that you need to get people involved in. Get people's creativity online. Remember, think about the performance. Sephora released an app that helps you to put makeup on digitally. Topshop has a mirror that shows you how you will look in a certain garment. And IKEA has an app that helps you to pull the furniture out from their catalogs, and then you can place it around any of the place around your apartment or your new place and see how it looks. You see, capturing the imagination of the consumers is what we want. The second last thing I want to talk about here is, now that you've got all these really good things going on, how are you going to let people know about it? That is where the promotion comes in. Okay. I'm going to talk a lot about the digitalization of the promotion, because I think for SMEs today, the main thing idea moving forward is how to digitalize your message. And nothing says a good message than visuals. Strong visuals are always the best, because a picture, like, they say the picture paints 1,000 words. So when you have a good, strong visual, attract your best attention and make your products pop. In fact, you can also use the power of social media. I've always said to people that social media is not a website. A website you use to only show things that are static, because there are very little interaction on a website. But on social media is where you put in the effort for the interaction. You can find your audience, share, like about them, and then also remember that social media is about being social. So when somebody interacts with you, you have to interact back, right? Whether it is liking their post, whether it's commenting on their post, and remember the 80-20 rule. For every post that you put out there, make sure that you also interact with what other people are sharing and what other people are interacting with you. Because the least activity you have online, then the least that people will see your presence online. Remember, we're going back to the idea of presence. Okay. And if you're thinking about going live, that's even better, because when you go live, you engage with people, you ask people to chat with you, virtual discussions, you're using promotional codes to even show your online auctions or whatever products and all. So just do that and invite them to be part of your demo. Okay. Making sure that everybody can see your social media, link them all up. I do that all the time, right? I do that all the time. Okay. So once you've got that out there, now think about the big picture. Who benefits? What is the benefit? Remember, going back to the triple bottom line sustainability. Profit is not only in dollars and cents. Profit believes in building a sustainable community between the society, the businesses, and the environment. Okay. You might think that this is something that's inachievable. Actually, it's exactly the opposite. It is achievable. And Malaysia, by the year 2030, if you see the new Malaysia, 12 Malaysia plan, we are actually trying to move towards that era of clean energy, sustainable development, and a thriving society, in fact. I, for one thing, believe in this so much that I put myself out there to try to get people to understand that every single person in society, whether you're from a minority group, whether you're a migrant worker, whether you're a refugee, you can contribute to society. My final thoughts to you is this: there is an interconnected ecosystem of true sustainability. You start out by understanding how you as the business can transform. So think about your sustainable business practices using digital transformation. Think about how to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots, the ones that are in society that are thriving and the ones that are not thriving. Think about minority issues. Bring them together so that you keep this planet, because we all live under the same roof. Remember, we live under the same roof called planet Earth. If planet Earth does not thrive, none of us thrive. Okay? Remember that. Must be a sustainable connected system of planetary health. Three things: environmental equilibrium, egalitarian equity between society, and of course, sustainable business practices, and an enduring ecosystem. Put these three together, this is what we mean by true nature of sustainability. And with that, I want to thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, I'm open to any question. I'm so sorry if I went overboard with my sharing, but I hope you guys do now really understand why I believe that moving forward as a nation and as a society, we need to do better. And we need to really think the bigger picture right now. So if there's any questions anybody would like to ask me. Nope. Okay. Lukman is asking which need to come first, to promote the product or our brand company? Your brand. Always your brand. It's the same way as you're trying to attract your life partner. You do not tell your life partner what you have. You always tell your life partner who you are. And that is the main thing that you need to focus on first. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Because you are not attracted to what this person can do. You're attracted by who this person is. Same thing. I'm attracted to a company by what the company is and not what the company can do or produce. Thank you very much. Um, any other questions? Any other things that I can help you with? Oh wow! Thank you so much for that love. Thank you so much. I think if that's all, I want you guys to go back. Actually, I have another poll I wanted to give you guys anyway. Actually, we can do this quite fast. Actually, let's do this poll. Yeah, let's quickly do this poll. Oh, okay, I'm done. Sorry. Continue. Continue. Oh, continue. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. So there's this very simple poll that I would like you all to do. What do you see making a biggest change post COVID-19? Can anyone, yeah, just show me, what do you think? This is my final one. This is my final poll, and this is the final thing that I would like people to just tell me what do you think is the biggest thing? Whether is it the digitalization of businesses, whether is it societal movements, the shifting of the economy, the political changes, or none of you said political changes, and the planetary health awareness. Okay, a lot of you are saying the digitalization of businesses. Good. I'm very happy. I'm very glad that you guys said that, because when we talk about the digitalization of businesses, it all begins with all of you. Okay, you people who are the SME owners, you are the backbone of the country, you are the backbone of the society, and you are the backbone of our environment. So you think about how you can change the way you do things today. Think about how it will endure and last for the future. So with that, I just want to say thank you. I think my time is up. And if you have any questions, please email me. You can look me up. DE. I think I can put the my email here. DEREKO@sunway.edu.my. Look me up. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all my social medias. I have a series on YouTube that talks about social and sustainable marketing, and I love doing it all the time. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. If you haven't got your booster, go and get your booster. And all the best. Thank you. Bye.